What's up, guys? Yeah, I watched the two Amityville horrors, the first two, or the remake and the original. Where I got these in the mail the other day. Yeah, so I watched them. Yeah, I watched them. I don't know how you guys feel about these movies. I personally, I guess ghost stories are not my weakness, but they tend to be ones that I don't watch. You know? They just don't. And so, anyway, I gave them a shot. I watched them. I watched them both. They have good points and they have bad points. So, I'll start off with the original, 1979, starring James Brolin, Margaret Kidder, Rods. Who gives a fuck? Anyway, this movie was very suspenseful. It was kind of drawn out and long, but after reading about what actually happened, about George Lutz's actual account of what happened there, that one followed his account a lot closer than the Ryan Reynolds version. But all in all, it was more suspenseful than the remake. It was good. It was pretty good. The accounts from George Lutz were all fairly, like I said, fairly accurate, except for the last night, and that's the last night in the home, the 28th day in the home. George Lutz refuses to talk about it. He won't say what happened that night. So that part is made up. The demonic pig that you can see the reflection in the window and whatever, that's made up. You can pretty much tell what's made up and what's, kind of true. George Lutz constantly said he'd go downstairs because he'd hear like radio or like talking and a bunch of other shit, and he'd find the furniture, the carpet rolled up, the furniture all moved and all that kind of stuff. And you see that in this. You see how sick he gets in this, and I mean, he gets really irritable, but it shows more sickness than Ryan Reynolds did. Ryan Reynolds' movie, though, I mean, it was pretty good in its own sense, but it wasn't as scary in my opinion, because it uses less of your psyche to fuck you up. I mean, the first one kind of leaves it up to your imagination what's scary and what's not, and if you let the suspense get to you, for the first one, that's where they got you. The second one, you see all the ghosts. It's I can handle that. I mean, it's what you don't see and what you leave up to your imagination. That's what I don't like. Well, I don't like me personally, but I mean that's the parts that I can't handle as well. So yeah, I thought the first one was freakier than the remake. The remake was good in its own way. I mean, it had more modern special effects. It had good special effects. I'm not saying it didn't. And it was a pretty good movie in its own right. Honestly, I could watch the remake again. I probably won't watch the original again. It's just kind of the way they're made, And I'm not saying that the remake is better by any means, but I could watch it again because it's a little more fast-paced. It's not as drawn out, and it's not as freaky, in my opinion. It's not as scary. It's what you don't see that scares you. It's what you don't quite know what's there. You don't quite know what's sitting in that fucking chair, rocking back and forth. You don't fucking quite know what's opening the fucking doors. In the second one, they made up the character of the little girl, and so they put their own little twist on the murders there, on the failed murders there. But I was reading online about, if you go to one of the Amityville sites, it'll have an interview on there with George Lutz, and in there they say that he shows them pictures while they're interviewing of the investigation afterwards, and they're taking pictures, and in the pictures, like, demons and shit show up, people coming out of the walls and shit, and hands and all that kind of shit. So that to me, that I'm not going to say I'm a hardcore believer in evil spirits and demons and stuff like that, you know, but at the same time, that's something that's always kind of freaked me out, and I've always kind of believed it anyway. And you know, I'll tell you one reason why. I've seen shit like this where my buddy went to England, and he went and visited a bunch of castles over there. And he took a bunch of pictures in one of the dungeon rooms, and where all the torture devices were and stuff like that. And I shit you not, I'm not kidding about this. I'm not making this up by any means. But there was fucking shit in those pictures that wasn't there when he took the picture. Fucking, in one picture, for instance, he takes a picture of a little guillotine, the blade that slides down and chops your head off, and there's a fucking dude in it. And there was not, and it's just a shadow, or like not a shadow, a see-through image of a dude stuck in the damn thing. Tell me that's not freaky. I'm not making that shit up. So, some of it is pretty substantial. You know, outside of, I don't know if a house is possessed or if a place is possessed, if things could actually move or what could actually be done, I don't know. Thank God I've never had an experience like that, and I hopefully never will, because, but some of that shit is real. I'm crazy. But when I see hard evidence like that, it leaves you sitting there wondering. Anyway. But anyway, that's my take on the movies. You know, they're good for what they are. I think they accomplished more with the first one. The scare factor, I think they accomplished more. Just because of the leaving it up to your mind to figure it out. You know, it plays with your mind a little more than just giving it to you. Both of them were decent, though. The remake is good in its own right. If you haven't seen them, I'd say watch them at least once and see what you think. But normally not my cup of tea. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.